Racing, one of 2 road races on the schedule. This is the Tioga Downs Casino 125 from the Watkins Glen International Speedway in Watkins Glen, New York. A gorgeous day here in Watkins Glen. Hi, folks. Mike Hogwood along with Phil Parsons. Good to have you with us. And Phil, it's going to be a big challenge today for these drivers.
It really is. It's a nice departure, though, for the guys that are used to turning left all the time. Now they can turn right and left.
Should be interesting to watch. Right now, let's bring in the 3rd member of our broadcast team to talk about today's race. Here's Derek Pernesiglio.
Thanks, Mike. Hello to you folks at home. It's a wild card race of the season. Not a lot of drivers in the field with road course experience. Talk about Matt DiBenedetto. Never ran a road course race in his life. He'll start on the pole today. The 12 of Antonio Perez, very fast in practice, but he blew an engine. He's going to have to go to the rear of the field. Going back here to the 40 of Matt Kobaluk, he won this race last year. He's actually going to move up 1 spot when they line up and Perez goes to the rear of the field. The 44 of Brett Moffitt, also really fast in qualifying, but he's going to have to also go to the back because of an exhaust fix that they had to do in the car earlier today. But all eyes this afternoon and yesterday were on this blue and white 03 of Patrick Long. He's getting ready to hop in the car. He was very fast in practice, the top of the speed charts yesterday, so look for him to run it up at the front. It's round number 5, as they say in road course terms, here today at Watkins Glen.
Well, some interesting characters in this race. Matt Kobaluk, as you said, Derek, the winner here 1 year ago. And it'll be interesting to see who of these non-road racers can figure out this racetrack. We go in with Jody Lavender leading the points, 26 over Brett Moffitt. 21 cars will make up this field. Before we go green, let's head back down now to Derek.
Well, after talking to the drivers and the crews yesterday in the garage area, the big issue was not on tire management, it was on fuel mileage. Tire management is always a major key here in the Camping World Series. Conserve the car, keep the tires underneath you. But today is all about fuel mileage. A lot of the drivers said they want to get in as early as possible, top off the fuel tank, and get back out there. They will be trying to run this race all the way to the end without changing tires at all. But fuel mileage may become the major issue here today.
Well, we'll see as we are ready to go green here. Underway a long way around. 51 laps will make up this race here, the Tioga Downs Casino 150, and the green is out. Brett Moffitt in that 44, who's run so well this year, and Andy Santerre's car also testing at VIR.
Oh, Steve Park off the racetrack in the inner loop.
And down into that kitty litter. Rolls right out of it. Though I think Steve Park's going to be okay. He's going to lose a lot of ground, but he's back on the track.
Ovals, as we see a great battle right here between Antonio Perez and Brian Wong. Remember, Antonio Perez won the Mexican Championship of NASCAR last year with 5 wins, and that's predominantly in all road courses.
So Perez, very good on these road courses, and he's showing it. And Phil, as we come up on lap 3 here, we heard earlier there are no stops for tires. You're not allowed to do that, as you see the battle here between Brian Wong and Brett Moffitt. And Wong looking pretty strong. What about not changing tires? Does that mean a lot of tire management in this race?
I think so, but as Derek told us on his open, it's really all, Steve Park around again. Ryan Duff, the 7 car, avoids him, moves to the outside.
There is no caution.
But yeah, it's all about tire management, and ideally, you would like to be able to make your pit stop under green, because when the caution comes out, then you can just go all the way back around the racetrack and pull up behind the caution car.
Yeah, they cannot go the distance, 51 laps, without a fuel stop, so there will be a stop for fuel.
I would think somewhere around, remember these cars still have the 22-gallon fuel cells, not the smaller ones like the Cup Series has. I think you could probably run somewhere around 35 laps, maybe 37 laps on a full fuel load.
So that will be part of the strategy that will play out today, when to stop for fuel. And so far, other than Steve Park getting off course a couple of times, it's been a pretty clean race here as they come down the front straightaway here at Watkins Glen.
Brian Wong and Brett Moffitt continuing to battle. Remember, Brett is our most recent winner, won at South Boston. in only his fourth start ever. A couple of guys that really have been able to shine. Obviously, Ron Fellows is one of those guys. Boris Sett is another one of those guys. But it's not that easy a transition to make when you try to run these stock cars versus the road race cars these guys are used to.
They're a lot heavier and a lot harder to wheel around this racetrack. There's Matt DiBenedetto, who started first and is now fifth.
Got Ryan Truex right behind him. No matter where he goes, Ryan Truex is right behind him.
Those two have been hooked together all day long. And Matt Kobaluk running right behind him. There's Brett Moffitt, who, as you said, Phil, had a great run at South Boston a week ago and won that race.
Yeah, and that's what we talk about, losing that track position. He did not pit on that first caution with all the rest of the guys. Now he's lost all that track position, went behind all these cars. Meanwhile, Patrick Long has a nice little cushion on Matt DiBenedetto right now.
And as you can see, we are over halfway through this race. Be interesting to see now if Patrick Long can hold on to that lead for the rest of the day. He is the most experienced road racer in this field.
All the guys have been to pit road. All the guys feel as though they have enough fuel to get to the end. So now it's just a matter of trying to get up front there and play the cautions and try to be in the front at the right time.
And Matt Kobaluk has dropped back just a little bit. Brett Moffitt behind him. So is Eddie McDonald in that white 71 car. After what Matt DiBenedetto has done with no road course experience. And then there's the veteran Matt Kobaluk, who's in the fourth position right now, and Brett Moffitt has moved up to fifth.
Eddie McDonald's hanging in there as well in the 71 car.
A lot of good battles on this racetrack. You're looking at one of them right here. The youngster Brett Moffitt trying to find a way around the veteran Matt Kobaluk.
That's another young driver that has been extremely impressive this year. Got his first career victory last time out at South Boston, and racing with, you know, the most experienced guy in the field right here.
He's got his hands full with Brett Moffitt, no doubt about it. Andy Santerre really knows how to set up a car for this road course.
Andy's a former winner here himself.
Four-time champion in this series. Now the owner of car 44. Interesting, Moffitt looking for a place to pass, and no doubt his owner Andy Santerre has told him where it is. Meanwhile, up front, it's Patrick Long, and Ryan Truex has set his sights on Matt DiBenedetto. Truex now in second place.
Nice job by Ryan Truex.
Matt Kobaluk has had trouble holding off Brett Moffitt. Let's get more on Matt from Derek. Got him the wins, and right now Brett Moffitt got a fender underneath him.
He had a thought about taking that spot. Didn't quite get it done, though. Still have quite a ways to go in this race. Remember, these guys need to save these tires, and they're not going to get any tires. Easy in, hard off on a road course. Easy in the corner, hard off the corner.
Now Moffitt's going to try it again as Kobaluk bobbled just a little bit. Got underneath him, but is not able right there to make the pass.
Matt gave him some room, though. You really don't want to run through the S's side by side because all the switch back and forth.
Well, he's definitely on his bumper, and Kobaluk definitely knows he is there. Brett Moffitt, winner last week at South Boston, 16 years old.
It really looks like Brett's not content with running behind Kobaluk. It looks like he's looking for an opportunity to make this pass.
I've yet to see a racer who's content to run behind anybody.
That's true. That's true.
But we'll see. I give him credit for being patient. Sometimes you're 16 years old. It's hard to be patient. The youngsters continue to look good. Ryan Truex and Brett Moffitt.
Now he's going to be on the outside. Can he beat Kobaluk to the corner? Side by side.
And he gets that fender out in front. Kobaluk may be content to let him go, but there are under 10 laps to go here, and Ryan Truex has moved into second place, and here comes Brett Moffitt trying to get by Kobaluk as well.
Ooh, Kobaluk brings it in hard on the outside, pinches Moffitt down. Look at him all over the racetrack.
We had a good race here so far. Patrick Long, when he took the lead from Matt DiBenedetto, he has been out front the rest of the way and is certainly the favorite as we head now into the closing stages of this race.
DiBenedetto looked to the inside of Brett Moffitt in the 44, not able to do anything that time.
Well, you can tell, Phil, the intensity of this race has turned up a notch.
Great battle right now. 2 laps to go. Ryan Truex about 3 car lengths behind Patrick Long.
Well, with 2 laps go, you maybe start thinking about taking a chance that you normally wouldn't take. Midway point of the race. Whoa, getting way off course there is Kovaluk.
Very fortunate that he was able to get back in line before Brett Moffitt stuck his nose up there.
See that Patrick Long, he has led the most laps here today.
Great passing opportunity right here going into the inner loop.
Battle for third, Brett Moffitt trying to get his 2nd win in a row in this series. Right behind Matt Kovaluk.
Boy, Ryan Truex right on the rear bumper of Patrick Long. It's got another good opportunity here as they get down towards turn 10, the left-hander.
And they'll be coming, Phil, to take the white flag this time after they turn around turn 11 and head down that front straightaway.
Ooh, caution is on the racetrack, at least certainly in that section of the racetrack anyway.
And Phil,
full course, Mike.
What we're hearing, there is some kind of fluid on the racetrack that has brought out a caution. Well, we're going to have some finish here at the Glen. Getting ready now for a green-white checker finish. And the story is, can Patrick Long hold off Ryan Truex and Matt Kovaluk?
Patrick has been pretty flawless on these restarts. You see him open up a car length lead before they even got to turn number 1.
Yeah, great restart. Great restart for Patrick Long.
Ryan Truex has a good restart. He does not let Matt Kovaluk get beside him. Brett Moffitt continues to run 4th.
1 lap remains here at the Glen for the Camping World East Series. And Patrick Long on that straightaway opening up a little bit of a lead. Here they head down into turn 1.
Matt DiBenedetto looks to the inside of Brett Moffitt. Nothing there.
Kovaluk maintaining 3rd place. Got way off of those rumble strips.
4 of the top 5 cars went outside the rumble strips.
Long continues to lead.
Ryan Truex right with them.
This is the final lap, and Truex almost got a fender underneath him.
Ooh, Steve Park is smoking quite a bit. He's running in the 6th spot. A lot of smoke out of that car.
Well, we'll see what impact that has here on this final lap. Meanwhile, up front, Patrick Long continuing to battle to hold off Ryan Truex. Matt Kovaluk trying to find a way to get around. He wants to make it back-to-back here at the Glen.
And remember, the white flag has been displayed, so this is going to be the finish right here. Ryan Truex looks to the outside, going in the left-hander, who switches back to the inside.
Long had held him off for a moment, but now Truex draws alongside of him. On off course! The leader goes off course. Patrick Long got down in the grass, and Truex has taken the lead. Ryan Truex going for his first ever win in the Camping World East Series, and he's going to take the checkers. Truex, at 17 years old, has come home the winner. He's got to be one disappointed driver as we take a look at the official results. Brett Moffitt's going to move up in the points with that 3rd place finish.
He certainly is, but look at the young guys up front. Ryan Truex, Brett Moffitt, Matt DiBenedetto, all in the top 5.
Well, you hear it from Patrick Long, and there is the point standings. Brett Moffitt does take the lead away from Jody Lavender.